Alright, Rascal here, video 2. Workbench chat number, what is this? 3, 4, 5, something like that. Whatever. We'll do the count on that in a minute. So another question I was asked earlier, last night, this morning, something like that. A friend of mine asked he asked all of us over there on the forums, what RC would we recommend for him on a lower budget? And this is one of the options he asked about, was the RGT. Well, again, I say, if you're willing to spend more money in electronics and figuring out a way to convert this skid plate to accept the AX2 style transmission minimum, go right ahead, because you're going to need to upgrade the motor, the ESC, and you could set a battery in there sideways. Reason I say you got to figure out something for the skid plate, though, these frame rails right in here, just a little bit narrower than an SCX10 2 or SCX10 or anything like that, so they're narrower. That's where you got that problem. Then another problem with these trucks is the daggum spring. Well, the shocks come up on the inside of the frame rails instead of on the outside, so you got that option there. You know, another problem to overcome. But if you're worried about the lights, yeah, that's a plus. It comes with headlights and tail lights. Don't pay no attention to that. Another thing is trying to upgrade the servo. But you can put a full-size servo in there. No problems. It's just the servo sticks so daggum far. Hang on, let me get this adjusted where I can show you. Long body post on this thing. Don't want it to do right. The steering servo sticks out so daggum far that your angle on this to do it in the front of a servo arm wouldn't work. You could steer that way fine, but coming back this way, yeah, I don't think so. So it'd have to be behind, and that makes finding a servo horn, aluminum servo horn, that much harder. I'd ordered one for this thing I thought would fit, or would work, but it come and the teeth don't quite line up, so that's more ordering parts for this truck later on. Just so you know, this is Bud 90. An RGT Rock Cruiser. But the truck I recommend, he's had several RCs, been in several different aspects of it, but again, I recommend the HG P402, or actually for his style, I recommend the P403. It actually has a Hummer body, kind of like an H2, H3 Hummer body. Now the only thing it has is big wheels. Small tires. These are not factory tires. They're stock tires, but not for this rig. These come off of my SCX10 Deadbolt, aka Appalachian Outlaw. First thing I upgraded. I like mud tires. Says because I have little street all-terrain tires. Another thing is, this is just about all plastic. I would recommend converting to a true 4-link instead of this weird old 3-link setup in there. and metal links. I would also recommend going to a different axles, and this one is wide enough you could slap an SCX 10 center skid into it and put an AX2 style transmission in there. Again, I'd upgrade to metal frame rails, but you know, that's just me. But again, metal frame rails for this thing's what, like 20 something bucks, 20, 30 bucks. I'm not exactly for sure. Modified, you know, different skid plate. But the thing is, it does have a chassis mounted servo, so, and that's easy to put, you know, regular style servo horn on there, aftermarket servo horn. What else is it? Yeah, you will need to do an upgrade to the ESC, which, you know, again, electronics are like 90% of what everybody does to these trucks immediately. So, almost lost it. Body clip. What I was saying is, because that's an ESC receiver combo, but you know, you can swap out to regular ESC. Plus two, this, if you run it stock, comes with a Dean's plug on it. This has that little micro Tamiya plug, you know. The only downside I really say is changing out these gears. If you can, I'm not sure if it'd work or not. Red Cat plastic back plate. I would do that first for this aspect here, because it don't just fit a universal fitting spur gear on here, so, but it does pretty good. Plus two, even though this transmission is, again, it's either zinc or brass or steel bushings in it instead of ball bearings, but whatever. You can see right there. It is a 2-speed transmission, but it does not have a servo to shift it. You have to shift it yourself. I have it in low gear, but it does have a high gear option. High gear ain't quite as slow. But heck, I'll roll it over and do that gear ratio test thing. With it rolled over, spin the. Y'all down, you can see I'm spinning that pretty good, and these tires just are moving. So, I don't know if y'all can see it. I'm making about a quarter turn on the spur gear, and in low gear, these tires just do turn. So, if I can get my finger around here to find it. I just switched it over to high gear. You can see some movement, a lot of movement there. Alright, back to low gear. At least I think that's low gear again. Yeah, it's in low gear. Or, instead, I'm just shooting water out of completely water-soaked foams. But yeah, like I said, both trucks need a lot of upgrades. that one would be the way to go. Only thing is, I would also put, instead of doing like me and doing 7 mil thick hex hubs, I would recommend doing 5 mil hex hub upgrades. But I hope this has helped you, bud. Peace. Catch y'all in the next one.